Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for this week's issue of the Walking Dead comic book series. This week we saw the release of the Walking Dead issue 124, which is part 10 of 12 of the All Out War story arc. Okay, so it's coming right down to the wire, to the end of All Out War, with only 2 parts remaining, issue 11, issue 12, after this week's issue. That said, for anyone who has not read this week's issue yet, this review is going to contain spoilers, so if you're worried about that, you may or may not want to read. Although, there's not as much to spoil this week as there was for the previous issue 123, where, of course, Rick was shot in the side by a bolt from Dwight's crossbow, which seemingly had been doused in zombie blood. We don't know for sure. We don't know if he did it for sure. It didn't actually show it. We don't know if the one that he shot Rick with was that one. And we also don't know if that is going to cause the victim to become infected, because they are swapping blood, so to speak, with a zombie. It would seem likely that it would, if that were the situation, but there's too many unknown variables here, and Rick certainly doesn't seem to be behaving any differently at this time. He actually looks like he's taking it pretty well. I mean, getting shot in the side by a crossbow isn't something you'd expect somebody to stand up and just, kind of like shrug off a few hours later, that type of thing. But in this issue, it's kind of shown to be that way, that Rick, he's bandaged up, but he doesn't look like he's in severe pain. He's kind of, he's reacting to seeing what this new doctor is saying, that they're finding all of the Savior's weapons, and they're all doused in Romer blood, zombie blood. So that said, really excited to see what happens with that. Of course, that's probably the biggest concentration right now in the Walking Dead comic book series. I'm kind of sticking to my guns. I still don't think that Kirkman's going to kill Rick off at this time. I don't think it's going to be in that fashion. So I personally am predicting, I'm leaning towards thinking that even though he was shot with that arrow, it's not going to kill him. Granted, if it was doused in the Walker blood, I mean, when they bite somebody, their saliva causes them to become infected, burn out, and die, and then turn, right? So the blood itself, we don't know for sure if it has the same effect as the saliva. It would be logical that it would, but also we haven't had a character become infected with blood splatter yet, even though, like I've said in my previous review, in movies, for example, 28 Days Later, you'll have a character who some of the blood from the people that are infected with the rage virus will get in the one character's eye, he'll go nuts, and then he'll turn within a minute or two. That's that movie. But the Walking Dead universe, we don't know if it works that way, so we're going to have to just kind of wait and see how they play this out. But for me right now, that's the most exciting thing, is to find out, whether or not Negan's strategy will work, whether or not it did work, and whether or not Rick is going to make it, whether he's going to survive or not. Predicting he will. Let me know what you guys think about that in particular, if you think Rick's going to die here and now within the next few issues, or if you think it's going to work out and he's going to be okay. I think he'll survive this. I don't think he would kill him off in that kind of fashion. For me personally, if he's going to kill him off, I think it'll be in like some big, huge splash page surprise, like him getting shot in the head or something, and just have it, be a big splash page, and just shock all of us readers into, I don't know, some kind of crazy stage of of just shock and awe. So those are my thoughts on that in particular. I think he's going to make it, but yeah, clearly he's going to be out of commission for a little while. He's not going to be able to fight. In addition to that, we have Eugene. We get to see what's going on with him and his little new group of saviors that have turned, and we see Eugene's first kill on a person as he pushes that one guy off the roof, which I liked quite a bit. Right now, Eugene's group is basically looking to try and find Rick's group. They look like they're going to be heading towards the hilltop, although what they don't know, of course, is that the hilltop is basically destroyed and overrun, and that Rick's group is held up somewhere else at this point. So we'll see what happens with that, whether or not Eugene's able to meet up with them, and exactly how that goes. Very interesting, very exciting, and very cool now that we have Eugene in the TV series as well, because it kind of gives you that little tie-in to see him in real life played out by Josh McDermott. So lots of fun there. Negan, of course, up to his old tricks again, swearing a lot, being very funny. Love the end or the line at the end where he's basically talking about Rick, and that Rick is as good as dead. and that after Rick is dead, everybody in the group, he's assuming, are going to fall under his command or under his wing, so to speak. So so long as they allow him to piss on Rick's body. Oh man, brutal. So same old Negan, lots of fun as always, and we'll see what happens with him in the next few issues, whether or not he's going to survive all out war. I hope he does, and I hope Rick does as well too. I wouldn't really like to see either of them killed at this point. They're just both too damn interesting. So there's that. Carl saves Rick again as they're going up into that house, which was cool to see again. Carl's a little badass. He's saved Rick so many times now, it's crazy. And then, of course, at the end, we have the big lights. They shine the lights on him, and they blow away like a good number of Negan's men. We don't know how many he has left at this point, but I think we're under the interpretation that it's very small at this point. Maybe a dozen, 2 dozen, when you consider that he started out with like 100, right? So very, very small numbers now, and it looks like Rick's group has the upper hand on him at this time. Even though they're not fighting right now, you've got Negan in this little camp, but Michonne and Jesus have found his location. They know where he is, and I'm sure within the next 2 issues we're going to see some kind of resolution where Negan's group is either almost completely eliminated and he just has to run, or he is killed off by Rick, or vice versa, which I'd find, not as likely. It looks like Negan's going to lose at this point. And pretty much all I have to say about this issue. It was a great issue. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. A good mixture of action with developments with Eugene and what's going on with them. Of course, the Rick thing, what's going on with him, and setting us up for one final battle in the all-out war story arc. Very exciting stuff. Really been enjoying the comic book series as always. Love that they're able to produce them and get them out very quickly right now. That's good, because one a month is what most comic books, you're going to get in terms of releases. But we don't get that many pages. Like 20 pages, of a book is not that many to progress a story. So that's only 12 times 20 a year, 240 pages. It's not that much, per year. When you compare 16 episodes of the TV series. So I really like that they're getting these out so frequently, and I'm really enjoying it. Let me know what you guys thought about issue 124, the Walking Dead comic book series. Always strong, never really changes, never deviates, always interesting, always strong, always great developments with lots of action, character, deaths, and all kinds of awesomeness. Love the comic book series. Let me know what you guys think about this issue and what's going to happen next. I'll call it here. That's it for this review, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.